Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Matt Horner with Sports Mockery, bringing you yet another video for the channel today. So we're going over the top story for this weekend in Chicago sports. So you could have a lot of things we could talk about this weekend. Lots of things going on right now. You've got number one, basketball is back. The NBA is back. The Bulls are back, right? They're 0-3 now. They just lost to the Warriors of all teams. So that's the Bulls are back, right? That's a great story, but what a stinker they are. Yeah, that's I don't think it's going to be a very good season for them. But again, they're rebuilding. There's some optimism around the young Bucks and stuff like that, but it's going to take some time because this franchise was kind of in the crapper thanks to Mr. Garpax. Yeah, the Garpax. They're just awful, awful, awful. Anyway, the top story this weekend is going to be our beautiful, beloved Chicago Bears, who are now 8-7 after defeating the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday by a score of 41-10. Really, it was just an absolute thrashing, I guess you would call it, by the Bears. Um, Honestly, I didn't think it was going to be a blowout. I thought the Jaguars could keep this game close simply because of the fact that I still don't buy into the Bears. Like I don't care that they've been great this past you know 4 or 5 weeks. They've scored all these points or whatever. They set a record, right? Like since 1965, this is the first time the Bears have scored 30 plus points in like what is it, 4 straight games or 5 straight games or something like that. I mean, that's great, but like I don't buy into them. Like I'm sorry, I can't do it until they prove me otherwise. Until they defeat the Green Bay, if they can defeat Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers this weekend at Soldier Field, when the Packers are actually playing for the number one seed in the NFC, if they can defeat the Packers to get into the playoffs, I'll buy in a little bit. All right, I'll send some buy-in cash towards our Chicago Bears. But until they do that, I'm sorry. I cannot buy into this team. Uh, they have to accomplish something first, okay? And have they accomplished anything? No. They've done great, okay? They've gotten back into the race. But have they actually accomplished anything? Have they actually officially clinched a spot? Did they win the division? Have they done anything really? No. So, until they actually do something, I'm sorry, I'm not buying into our beautiful, beloved Chicago Bears. Mitch Trubisky is having some sort of revelation. He started to play a lot better now, maybe because he is an upcoming unrestricted free agent. He wants to play well for a team that, might get suckered into giving him like a very large deal. The Bears might possibly be getting suckered into giving him a very large deal after really just his entire career has been atrocious. And now he's just playing good. And now there's apparently NFL executives who are like, oh, the Bears might re-sign this guy. That would be so Bears. It really would be. The guy has like 4 or 5 good games where, oh, former number 2 pick has 4 or 5 good games in a row. He's lighting up the scoreboard. This offense is working efficiently. It's 4 or 5 games. Like you cannot sign this guy to a long-term deal off of 4 or 5 games when you've seen nothing from him for years. I mean, it's just insane. It's just absolutely nuts. You could blame it on Matt Nagy, since Matt Nagy in his first 9 games averaged 19 points, and now Mr. Bill, Mr. Laser, his 6 games, they're averaging like 29 points a game. So maybe you can blame it on Matt Nagy. But I'm sorry, 4 or 5 games ain't going to do it for me. Beat the Packers this weekend when they have something to play for and they're actually playing hard. Then I may buy into a little bit of stuff with the Chicago Bears. But until we do that, until we actually accomplish something like that by clinching a playoff berth over our division rivals who are actually playing for something when the Packers have dominated us forever, I am not buying into the Bears just yet. And I don't think any of you should either. I really firmly believe that you should just, a lot of Bears fans are going crazy right now. Oh my God, we're going to make the playoffs and stuff like that. I'm not sure it's the best thing for the Bears to make the playoffs. Honestly, you guys can bash me all you want. Like, oh, you're not a Bears fan. You want them to lose. Well, honestly, great. You get to the playoffs. You're probably not going to do anything, but whatever. Say whatever you want. That is just my opinion on it. So that's the biggest story of the weekend. Our amazing Chicago Bears reaching the wonderful record of 8-7, and with the possibility of clinching the playoffs next week if they can beat Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, who are going to be playing extremely hard trying to get the number one seed, which is going to be a very large advantage this year, because it's the only team that gets a bye week in the playoffs. And the Packers, all they have to do is beat the Bears, and they get the number one seed. Well, the Packers make a living of beating the Bears, especially Aaron Rodgers. So the Bears can prove me wrong. Maybe we buy in a little bit, but until then, not doing it. So thanks once again, guys, for viewing us here on the channel. Make sure to tune in every single week, pretty much every day. Every other day, we're going to have videos uploaded here. Just, any sort of content that we find valuable information for all of you on Chicago sports or sports betting, we are going to have up here on the channel. So make sure to tune in next time, guys. I'm Matt Horner, and I will see all of you next time in the Wager Sphere. Have a good day, guys.